This is the buzz of Madison County. As we wait for the clouds of uncertainty to clear, while some parts of the nation experience COVID hotspots and spikes, many of the small businesses here in our community are hoping for brighter days. As the buzz continues to check the pulse of the business community, this past Monday, we had the opportunity to check in with Madison County Chamber CEO Clayton Whitson. And we asked him, how is Madison County doing?
I'd say we're better than most. Right now, our unemployment numbers, we're hovering in the 19%. With everything else that's been going on, it could have been a lot worse. And now you're starting to see some folks pick back up. Madison County places are starting to rehire again. Restaurants beginning to allow dine-in and retail. I think we've weathered the worst part, providing that everybody keeps their minds about them and we stay safe and make sure to adhere to best practices. I think that really we'll come out stronger on the other end of this.
Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb had provided information of $44 million in economic aid for small businesses. Do you see any of that money coming into Madison County?
Probably some. I know that with these government packages, they tend to go to the bigger organizations. I do appreciate what OCRA has done with the Lieutenant Governor, Office of Community and Rural Affairs. They've reallocated a lot of their grant money that they were using for various projects to put specifically towards economic stimulus here to help folks weather the storm through COVID. And my hats are off to the governor's office. When you're looking around at some of the other states that are really struggling in leadership, I think Governor Holcomb from day one has provided some pretty strong leadership and has been a calming influence to the business community here, not just in Madison County, but statewide.
Clayton, the Chamber has stayed really active through electronic connections. Could you speak a little bit about the programs that you've been providing for small businesses?
Sure. The first thing that we did right out of the gate in March, we launched our ChamberCast series. We then broadcast through Facebook. We didn't want it just to be for a certain sector of business. We wanted everybody to have availability to see these, and we've had guests with the sole purpose of getting the information out that people need, because there's so much uncertainty around the coronavirus and how that affects folks and what they can do, what they can't do, what's shut down, what's still open. And so we wanted to be the central information hub that helps people connect from all different walks of life on what is available to them during this. We've shifted gears here in the last couple of weeks. The reopening is a really hot topic right now. I want to think beyond just being given permission to do business again and having people open their doors again. We've launched our adaptive reopening series as a result of this. This is lessons for a successful rebound in the challenging business climate ahead. The coronavirus might be here through the fall. It might be here in the spring, but we know that some of the practices and some of the lessons that we're going to be passing on can help kind of pandemic-proof people's businesses, to try and insulate them a little bit better so that they can avoid further disruptions. Anderson University has been a fantastic partner in this series in coming up with a curriculum, and we're running this series all through the month of June, hitting on topics from digital and social media to just managing personnel to financial management, all based on crisis situation surrounding the reopening with a pandemic still going on.
Have you found that a lot of the businesses have found a new way of doing business that may also affect how they do business going forward?
I think we'll see a lot of changes from a lot of different sectors that are going to be shifting gears and focusing more on e-commerce, using digital and social media to help maximize your exposure. And I think a lot of these adjustments that you've seen businesses make over the last 2 and 3 months, I think a lot of these are going to be permanent adjustments that they'll make to have a more adaptable business model. We've had a lot of folks reaching out that are very anxious to get back to in-person events. We've had a lot of success with some online digital networkings through Zoom. And I think a lot of businesses, not just the Chamber, are going to start utilizing those types of platforms for regular meetings that maybe you don't all need to meet in an office 6 months down the road. Maybe Zoom is the new normal for those types of businesses. We're going to have a blended approach to this. There's still something about seeing people in person and getting those messages out, but a lot of our educational offerings, I believe, will probably stay digital for the foreseeable future, just because of the overwhelming success that we've had with them so far. A lot of folks see the Chamber and they think of ribbon cuttings and handshaking, and that's a part of it, sure, but we are the advocate for Madison County's business community, and we need to stay connected in those realms. And this has really kind of shone a light to our membership on some of the different advocacy levels that we can bring to the table.
Clayton, we sure appreciate your visit. A lot of good information in this short amount of time. As we get ready to close, what would you like us to take away from this visit?
I guess the main message that I'd like to get out to the folks of Madison County now more than ever, we need your support for our local businesses. And we also need to understand that our businesses are going through change. They're adapting to the new environment, and with any type of change at this level, there are going to be some growing pains. And I ask that you remain patient with us and continue to support Madison County businesses. If you get a to-go order that isn't 100% up to your specifications, calling that business to let them know would be a much more effective means of helping them out rather than a negative social media post that could be taken out of context. So just showing some patience and continuing to support Madison County businesses is the best thing that we can do to help our current economy.
We couldn't have said it any better, because your community's future depends on it. Clayton Whitson, president of the Madison County Chamber. Thanks for your efforts in making Madison County a better place to live. This and past editions can be found on the Buzz of Madison County's Facebook with select features on YouTube. Thank you for listening. In Madison County, that's the latest buzz.